We come today to Galatians 6:11 through 13. Tomorrow, Paul wraps everything up here. Today, he wraps up what is going on that he's been talking about this whole time. So, this is the conclusion to what he's been sharing for about the last 5 chapters. To basically, succinctly, okay, if you haven't listened all the time, here it is, and here's why this is going on. First of all, this is me writing you. Verse 11. See with what large letters I am writing to you with my own hand. Now, that could be that all of this was written with large letters. Most likely, you get to the end, and he's going to then, he was transcribing, having a scribe write all of these things down. And now, I want to make sure you know that this is me. And you know my handwriting. It's bad, but you can still make it out. So it's not beautiful like this other was written. Now it's my stuff. Here we go. You see these large letters. And why? Don't know, but did not have the most beautiful handwriting. See these large letters. So I am putting this last bit so you know this is my writing, my point. It is those who want to make a good showing in the flesh who would force you to be circumcised. So he's talking about those. What is the whole point here? Those that are trying to make the people in Galatia trust in the law, in their actions, and in their works to be saved. Now, this is really damning stuff that he's going to be sharing when you think about it for a minute here. To those that are bringing this to the Galatians, they're saying you must be circumcised. If you are not circumcised, you are not saved. This is your actions. Your actions must be part and parcel. Otherwise, what Jesus did on the cross is not enough. That is a point. Now, the rest is you. And the point of Jesus always is enough, but it's now up to you. That's really where they're getting to. But it gets worse than that. Because here he's then saying, and this is why they are doing all of this. They are trying to get you to trust in the law and in yourself for your salvation. And only in order that they may not be persecuted for the cross of Christ. They're trying to put what they're putting on you to put this layer so that they don't have to deal with being persecuted for the cross. So therefore, they're going to try to force you. They're going to put the onus on you so that they can just sit back and be good. And it's more than that. And now we're going to get to their ego. For even those who are circumcised do not themselves keep the law, complete and utter hypocrites. They're saying you must fulfill all of the law, although I'm not going to. But you must, and if you don't, you are not saved. Although I am meet right and salutary. And I'm not going to follow the law, but you must. That's complete and utter hypocrisy. This is what must be done, but not by me. Do what I say, not what I do. The doing is really where the rubber meets the road. The doing is really where everything hits. And they are being complete hypocrites. And now even more so, they desire to have you circumcised, that they may boast in your flesh. Not only to prevent themselves from being persecuted, so for their own safety and security, not that they would be persecuted, meaning killed or anything, but somebody would say not nice things about them. Therefore, we'll make you suffer the onus for that. And then secondly, they go forward, we'll make you do all of the law, but we're not going to do it ourselves. And finally, for their own ego. They're trying to get you and mess with your salvation and put the onus on you so that they can boast. Look how awesome we are. the ego that's going forward. And so in essence, Paul is telling them all of what these people are trying to do to you, putting in the circumcision, in the following of the law, in all these added things they are adding on to you. They are doing it for their own comfort and their own ego, something they're not willing to do themselves. And as Paul's wrapping up, writing it with his own hands so they know this is exactly me, Paul, that's writing this. This is why this is happening. Do not be put back under the law, for you have been set free as we follow the Lord as his people. In that name we pray.